The world of Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba has a rich history, especially related to the protagonist, Tanjiro Kamado. Another key individual is Yoriichi Tsugikuni, a powerful member of the Demon Slayer Corps whose resemblance to Tanjiro is uncanny. Fans only learned a bit about his origins throughout the manga and anime. However, there are a few things known about this infamous Demon Slayer. He's considered the strongest in the history of the Corps, and became a legend during the Sengoku era. When digging deeper into Yoriichi Tsugikuni's background, fans will find tons of information about this legendary swordsman. 10. Yoriichi is a longtime friend of the Kamados. A common misconception about Yoriichi is that he's somehow related to the Kamado family. Although it's interesting that all the Kamado men have the same auburn hair and Hanafuda earrings, there's no blood relation whatsoever. However, Yoriichi and the Kamados have a long history. When he was still part of the Corps, Yoriichi actually saved the Kamados from demons. As a result, he became a close friend to their family. Additionally, he taught the family everything about sun breathing when Sayako was curious about all the different forms. The family felt indebted to him, so they vowed to master sun breathing and pass it down to their descendants. 9. Yoriichi created the first breathing style. Yoriichi created the sun breathing style, widely regarded as the first of its kind. Every other breathing style in the series is derived from sun breathing and branched out into the various techniques that fans recognize today. After Yoriichi saved the Kamados from demons back in the Sengoku era, he taught the Hinakami Kagura to Tanjiro's ancestor. Almost every generation of the family attempted to perfect this breathing style, but Tanjiro is the only one truly chosen to wield the technique. 8. His Demon Slayer mark is similar to Tanjiro. When looking at Yoriichi, one thing is instantly apparent. He shares the same marking as Tanjiro, and it's even in the same spot. This is the mark of a chosen sun breather. These marks assert that both Yoriichi and Tanjiro are strong demon slayers. It's also important to note that their marks are not carbon copies of each other. Yoriichi and Tanjiro's marks are unique, just like the way they utilize the sun breathing style. This is the first connection between Yoriichi and Tanjiro in the series. Shinjiro Rengoku, Kyajiro's grumpy father, was the first person to recognize mark and pointed it out when Tanjiro visited their household. 7. Yoriichi can see the transparent world. Yoriichi can see into the transparent world, a technique that allows him to sense his opponent's blood flow, muscles, and sudden movements. It's a skill that the popular Tanjiro Kamado uses in his battles against demons. Yoriichi was actually born with this ability, but others can learn it. Yoriichi also teaches novice demon slayers how to peer into the transparent world. This ability could best be described as the sixth sense, which comes naturally to Yoriichi. It gives him the power to predict his enemy's next move. It also gives Yoriichi the ability to sense an opponent's weak spot, prey on that weakness, and defeat them as quickly as possible. Being able to see into this transparent world gives Yoriichi a significant advantage in combat. 6. Yoriichi's twin brother is a demon. Yoriichi was raised with an older twin brother, Michikatsu Tsugikuni. While both were identical in appearance, these two couldn't be more different. Yoriichi idolized his older brother as a child, viewing him with the utmost respect. He even vowed to become the strongest samurai in the land, just like Michikatsu. Unfortunately, tragedy struck when Nizan Kibutsuji turned Michikatsu into a demon named Kokushibo. By default, this event turned the brothers into natural enemies. Eventually, Kokushibo became the strongest upper-rank demon in the 12 Kazuki. Kokushibo's appearance in the Swordsmith Village arc has anime fans wondering if Muzan also succeeded in transforming his brother. Luckily for everyone in the story, Yoriichi is not a demon. 5. He is a master swordsman. As a child, Yoriichi didn't have any formal swordsmanship training, but that didn't stop him from becoming proficient in the craft. After picking up his first sword, he could easily defeat an expert sword handler, proving that he's a prodigy. In a short amount of time, Yoriichi became one of the Demon Slayer Corps' most powerful swordsmen. Yoriichi's impeccable speed is attributed to his sword-handling talent during battle. Even during his fight with Muzan, he came close to injuring the infamous demon with just his blade, without even using his breathing technique. With the swordsmanship he possesses, Yoriichi is definitely in a league of his own. 4. A battle doll was created in his likeness. Yoriichi's reputation was well known among the Demon Slayer Corps, and he became a prime example for others to follow. The community built a battle doll in his likeness to honor him, aptly named the Yoriichi Type 0. The ancestors of Kotetsu created this tool to help demon slayers during their training. The statue has 6 arms, each holding a katana to mimic his rapid movements. This model uses 108 different attacks based on Yoriichi's moves. The battle doll was designed to put most people at a disadvantage, forcing them to grow stronger. It's a challenging task to defeat this dummy, but that's precisely why it's one of the most essential tools for would-be demon slayers. 3. Yoriichi's sword suppresses a demon's regenerative abilities. The Nichirin sword Yoriichi uses is unique, transforming from black to crimson red. Once it changes color, Yoriichi can use his weapon to burn any demon and even suppress their healing ability. He has taken down powerful demons like Muzan with his sword, often leaving them with permanent damage and unable to heal their grave wounds. This red Nichirin blade is perhaps the most powerful sword when going against demons. It's not surprising that Muzan would fear the sword, combined with Yoriichi's outstanding combative skills. Tanjiro's black Nichirin sword also turns red over the course of Demon Slayer. 2. Yoriichi can use the 13th form. Just like Tanjiro, Yoriichi knows how to use a technique known as the 13th form. Typically, a Demon Slayer only has 12 forms based on their breathing style. The 13th is a rarity because it's a challenge to master. However, it combines all the previous 12 forms into one long succession. This form increases a Demon Slayer's speed, endurance, and accuracy. This 13th form is the only technique capable of defeating Muzan Kibutsuji because it directly attacks all of his vital organs. Yoriichi almost nailed Muzan with this technique during their final battle. Using his impeccable speed, combined with his expert sword maneuvering, Yoriichi became a master of all 13 forms. 1. Yoriichi's relationship with his sibling mirrors Shinto mythology. Yoriichi and Michikatsu's sibling relationship can be compared to the mythology of the Shinto deities, Amaterasu and Tsukuyumi. In the story, Tsukuyumi controls the moon while Amaterasu is responsible for the sun. They are bound to each other, but their relationship falls apart after Tsukuyumi murders another god. Once Amaterasu finds out about this betrayal, she abandons all ties with him and moves into another part of the sky. This would be the origin of the day and night cycle. In a similar sense, both Yoriichi and Michikatsu took different paths. One brother took the noble path of demon slaying, while the other became a demon.